Welcome back, Clutch Report, to another podcast. I'm your host, Gavin McIsaac.
What's going on, CR fam?
We got the Burke. Welcome back to your weekly podcast for any sports. Let's get right into it. So, it's been a fun week.
Yes, it has.
We're going to start with the NFL. Forgot to mention that.
Let's do it.
We're going to go straight into the free agency signing. We had legalized tampering to start, and people could sign this past Wednesday. So, Burke, let me know what your favorite signing is so far.
Well, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to say Romeo Doubs. I like that signing a lot. To replace Diggs feels like a good signing, and I'm excited to watch him. Seems like a good guy and fit right into the offense.
So, yeah, for me, I feel like one that like other people might not necessarily agree with might be the Kyler one.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like that signing.
Bring him on a 1-year deal. I'm pretty sure he's on a veteran minimum, right?
Yeah. Or
like somewhere around that range. And, he just wasn't with the best coaching staff. If we're being honest, he wasn't that good. You can't really do much when you have...
And an awful team.
Yeah, just the Cardinals, straight up, if we're being honest. But another signing I liked was Reed Blankenship to the Texans for 3 years, $24 million.
That was a good one.
I think he's probably one of the better players at his position, and I think that you get him for $8 million a year. That's pretty good. So that's probably one of my likable signings. So
and shout out to Caleb on Chason. Well, it's not my shout out yet, but I think he got a good deal. Happy to see him get his money, but I'm also sad to see him go. So
now, we talked about the ones we liked. What are the signings you didn't like?
There's one that really stands out to me. That's the highest paid free agent of them all, Jalen Phillips. I don't get that one. He's a good player. And Odafe Owe, both of those guys got $100 million.
Talked about that in the video.
Pretty mid.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. But obviously, you are going to have to overpay for a bad team to get good players. But I feel like
it just gets to a point.
It really
you have to overpay Odafe Owe.
That's pretty bad. He's, like I said in my video I made, he's probably going to play 20 games the next 4 years.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I don't agree with it.
Yeah, so my non-likable signing is going to be Tua to the Falcons. We did bring him in on a 1-year. They brought him in on 1 year, veteran minimum. But you now have a quarterback not controversy, but now you have a quarterback due off. And then not only that, you have two left-handed quarterbacks who are practically the same playing style as each other.
They're both ass.
And they're both ass, if we're being honest. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, what do you see in Tua that you don't see in Michael Penix, or what do you see in Michael Penix that could be better than Tua? So it's like, I think the Falcons kind of screwed themselves over.
Yeah.
Although I do think they're having a very rough off season, especially
they signed a bunch of bums too.
Especially with the James Pierce situation, it kind of sucks. Did I get kicked again?
Yeah. No, the James Pierce situation, that was ridiculous.
It was, but it's all good. But so
I don't think it's good. He should be in jail.
Oh, not that situation. That situation is horrible, but. Yeah. That's for another day. But so obviously we talked about the signings we like, we don't like. Now let me know what team you think had the best offseason.
I mean, again, I don't mean to be biased, but I feel like it has to be the Patriots. How could it not be? They upgraded at every single position that they needed, except for they needed another wide receiver. AJ Brown.
All right.
But Romeo Doubs is an upgrade over Diggs. Draymond Jones is an upgrade over Jennings and Chason, I think. Vera Tucker's an upgrade over Bradbury.
It's true.
Who else they bringing? Byard. I mean, I like Hawkins a lot, but, he's...
Interception leader is pretty sweet.
Just don't look at who he picked off this year. He picked off Geno Smith twice, J.J. McCarthy, pretty much all the bad quarterbacks, but,
I mean, he's still pretty good, though.
You got to take advantage of it. But if they can add a number one wide receiver... Perfect offseason.
All right. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Arguably, one of their biggest needs was getting a wide receiver number 2. They got Michael Pittman Jr., and I think they I think they paid the right price for him, and you signed him to a good deal. He's probably going to be one of the better wide receiver 2s in the league. You can pair him up with, what's his name? DK Metcalf. I think that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
You also add Jamal Dean, probably one of the best cornerback out there in free agency, so that should be pretty fun.
Just wonder who that quarterback's going to be.
That's their only problem right now, I think.
It's a pretty big problem.
It's a pretty big problem. But I wouldn't be surprised if they trade up in the draft and draft Ty Simpson. But
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that's a discussion for another day. But so we talked about the teams we liked. Now we're going to go with the teams we didn't like who had a bad free agency or haven't been doing the best.
I think there's one that's obvious, and that's the Broncos.
Yes.
Yeah, you made it to the AFC Championship, and I don't think they had a single player.
They didn't.
This was supposed to be the offseason where they overly invest, but they have literally done the opposite. So, I don't agree with that. Especially, you need to give your quarterback as much opportunity to win as possible, and they pretty much did the opposite of it.
Yeah. So for me, it's gonna be the Ravens. You pulled out of the Max Crosby trade because you got cold feet. For being honest, you already knew he had a knee injury, and it honestly was hidden from all the world, from the whatever you want to call it. But you let 10 players walk, 10, and you brought in one, honestly, top 12 guy when you could have brought in a top 5 guy. Yes, it would have cost you 2 firsts, but he's a game changer all around the field, and you know that. And you got cold feet because you knew he had a knee injury that he was recovering from, but yet you got rid of it. You didn't want to make the trade, so that's on them. You let 10 players walk. You signed a top 12 edge rusher who is only good in the pass game, not in the run game, but that's on them. I mean, they still have Lamar Jackson, but if we're being honest, I doubt he's going to be too happy about all the stuff that's happening right now. So, but yeah, it's going to be something to watch. I think there's still a team to watch for the A.J. Brown trade, so it'll be something to keep an eye on.
As much as I don't like them pulling out of the deal, I can respect it from like a standpoint. They lost all those guys, getting the 14 pick back and getting Trey Hendrickson, can replace him and get like a cornerstone of their defense, hopefully, or offense. I respect it.
Yeah. So obviously, a lot of the guys aren't here. Kind of came a little underprepared, but what would you say has the highest expectations coming out of this offseason for next season?
Like team?
Team-wise, yes.
I feel like the Bills. I feel like they're always no Mahomes next season, really. It feels like this is really their year. I mean, you said this even last year. This is their year. And I feel like if they don't win now, they never will. Because the Patriots are back, and the Jets, the Jets are always going to suck. But, that's how I feel.
For me, I feel like you can go a few teams. You can go with the Chiefs. You added a good running back, blah, blah, blah. But for me, it's the Rams. You added the 2 things you needed best. Cornerbacks. You took them both from the Chiefs. Now, there's really no excuse. You have a perfect lineup set up. You gave Matt Stafford the arguably best duo in the league with Puka and Devontae. The running back's all right, but who cares when you have a pretty solid O-line.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford at quarterback, he's still shown he can be an MVP player, as we saw from this past year. And then you added the 2 things you needed the most, a cornerback and another cornerback, just secondary in general, and you did that. So I think the expectations are going to be really high for them this year, and it's going to be win or nothing, honestly.
I would pick them as my Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah, I honestly would too over the Patriots, for being honest. But then for me, secondary is the Panthers. That defense is really good. I think they didn't add as much to the offense as they should have, but that defense is going to be top level, I think. Even with a slight overpay of Jalen Phillips, it's going to be...
Devin Lloyd was a great signing, too.
Exactly. They're going to be pretty... That defense is going to be pretty good, so... But we obviously, like I said, talked about teams with the high expectations. Talk to me about the teams you think had the lowest expectations.
Probably the Dolphins. I feel like they're going to suck. And the Jets. Now they got Geno back.
Geno's back. And I already know Geno hates his life being back. There's no way he doesn't.
Thank you for the 2 free wins. We appreciate it.
All right, so for me, going with the Green Bay Packers, you lost Malik Willis. And if I'm being honest, I don't know how – I mean, it's going to be crazy to say out loud, but I think Malik Willis isn't levels behind Jordan Love at any means. I think he's a step or 2 below, and you give him game action, then there could be an argument possibly to be made, but Who knows? But you lost Rasheed Gary. You lost Romeo Dobbs. You lost Rasheed Walker, Quay Walker, Kingston. I don't even know. I'm not going to pronounce that. Elgin Jenkins, Emmanuel Wilson, Trayvon Diggs, Nate Hobbs. That is almost every single key player on your team, excluding some of the wide receivers you have, and Tucker Kraft, who's coming off injury, Micah Parsons coming off injury. These guys aren't going to be 100% when they get back, and you just offloaded almost every other key player you have on your team. You guys, like, the expectation for the Packers this upcoming year has to be super low for me. But
yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like the Packers are always going to be pretty good, but losing all those guys definitely doesn't help.
Oh, absolutely not. All right, so we're going to pivot over to MLB, and we're going to first just discuss the WBC. The first thing I want to talk about is the shakeup between America's manager of the team currently. That was bad. How he thought they were automatically locked in on a spot. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I think he should have been fired after that.
Oh, for sure.
Honestly, I know they never would, but it's like that's just a shame to publicly basically come out and say it yourself that happened. Like, I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to know in those situations. This is like, also, I feel like when you look at every other team in the WBC, they care so much for them, the WBC, and you look at Team USA, and it's just like, yeah, it's just like a warm-up type of thing for the MLB season. So I feel like the U.S. isn't taking it. I'm not going to say they're not taking it serious, because they definitely are, but they're not taking it as serious as some of these other teams are. So I think that mix-up was really bad, and I think that this could be his last year being his manager.
He should be ashamed of that.
And he's going to go back to his talk show host, and he's going to apologize consistently, but who knows? I mean, he'll probably talk about his talk show host anyways. So next we're going to talk about which team we think is going to win the WBC. Would you like to go first?
Yeah, I got it. Well, there's obviously the big three. One of those teams is going to win it. Like, it's just obvious. But I think if their pitching can stay consistent, the DR.
Absolutely.
Their offense is too good. Like, it's too good not to kill everyone. Realistically, they're gonna have to face Skeens, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, but I trust those guys like Juan Soto, Caminero, Vladdy Jr. Like those are all guys that could easily get a hit off of Skeens.
Yeah, I mean they got a lot of power in speed in that bat, but
also shout out to Japan. Shout out to Yoshida, my boy.
Yoshida, you're popping off right now. But
my little Japanese prince.
Honestly, it was announced today, Joe Ryan will be coming to pitch for Team USA.
It's great to hear.
I think he'll be a great add to that Team USA team. I feel like their pitching was one of their biggest concerns coming into it. It still is. I mean, you had Ryan Yarbrough, is that his name? Come into that.
He is actually awful.
You had him come into the game when you were, down 3-0, and didn't he put it up to 8-0 lead?
Yeah, but he shouldn't have even been there in the first place.
And then you had Clayton Kershaw warming up in the bullpen. So I kind of think that speaks to the levels of incompetence our pitching is currently. So I think adding Joe Ryan could certainly help us make it to the finals, because if we're being honest, I'd rather have Joe Ryan pitch over McNeil in the finals.
Yeah, I agree.
I won't lie. I was watching some of that game. McNeil's curveball is legit.
Yeah,
I think that
he's a stud.
That first home run he let up was just like a bad pitch. I mean, everyone's gonna have a bad pitch, but then that second home run he let with the fastball inside was just idiotic decision making.
Shout out to Sam Antonacci. I'm pretty sure he hit that home run off of McLean. He is a stud. I remember almost buying his cards last year, but I decided not to, and I made a mistake.
All right, so we're going to talk about the guy you previously just mentioned, Yoshida.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously with the Red Sox. He's in a very loaded – you want to talk about loaded outfield? The Red Sox have one of the most loaded outfields in the league.
Oh, they have the most loaded outfield in the league.
What do you think with this performance that he's recently having, do you think that he could be traded? Do you think he won't be traded? If he does get traded, where does he get traded to?
I don't know. I think it's going to be really tough to trade him. I don't think anyone is going to pull that out and, actually get him. But, I don't know. I'd seen something about the Braves just because they lost Jerickson Profar. Which, shout out to you. You're an idiot.
We love you.
And fleeing the country, probably not the best idea.
Absolutely not.
But it's just tough. Like, I got a lot of respect for Yoshida, but he has no real trade value.
Not only that, his contract is so bad. It
Yeah.
really is. His contract is a lot of money for a guy who, one, hasn't been. I don't think he stayed the healthiest, right? He's kind of been a little.
No, last year he
injury-prone.
had shoulder surgery before the season started, so he
Exactly.
came in late. And 2023 he had to get shut down in like September. Like, he's just
He's very injury prone, and not only that, it's like I feel like when he's playing in a Red Sox uniform, he just doesn't perform at the expectations we need him to. But no, I kind of want him to get traded, just so we have Duran, Willier, who I'm not the highest on, but he's starting to grow on me. I won't lie.
good.
And then Sadon. I mean, I think that outfield's probably the best in the whole league. I mean, it's definitely up there.
You didn't even mention the best one.
Sadon. Who am I forgetting? I said Roman.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
I said Roman.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I think I did. Well, if I forgot Roman, I'm an idiot, but including Roman. But I think he does get traded. If not, I will take the worst prospect in MLB for him at this point.
Yeah.
I don't even care. Just get him off my team with that contract, please.
There.
So, obviously, we talked about the WBC, Yoshida. Which team did you have the highest of expectations for that just didn't do good at all? Or
Like in the World Baseball?
in the World Baseball Classic, or teams that like you thought were gonna win out and ended up losing to a team that probably they shouldn't have.
Well, obviously America.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I thought the Netherlands was going to do better. That was a pretty fun team. Like, they had Bogarts and Sadon. They only managed to pull up one game. It was a tough division, but, I wish that they could have done more. But they beat Israel.
Yeah, so for me, it's gonna be Puerto Rico. I feel like their pitching is really good, but obviously you're missing key pieces. Lindor, I believe you're missing Correa, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're missing key
Javi
valuable.
Baez.
Exactly, Javi Baez. Although he swings, I could throw. If this is the batter's box right here, and I throw a pitch over there, he's swinging.
Yeah,
So,
it works sometimes.
It does, but I think that Puerto Rico just got killed by insurance, which is BS. But they just got killed by insurance. I think that pitching is still amazing.
Yeah,
it's just that hitting is atrocious. It's like it's truly really bad.
I know.
But I thought I saw a stat saying their OPS was like in the 500s, maybe 600s. Like that's
awful.
That's beyond horrible. But it kind of sucks. But that's how life is. Not everything is fair. So we're gonna go over to the NBA, and we're going to be discussing Bam Adebayo's 83-point game.
That is the biggest shame in NBA history.
Washington Wizards.
I've been talking about this with my dad. Like, that actually ruined basketball. Like, honestly, that ruined basketball for me. Like, I'm sick watching Bam
Adebayo scored 83 points on your franchise.
Actually disgusting.
That is insane. How did you let a grown man, shoot 43 free throws, and yet he didn't even make 10 3-point attempts out of his 22. You let him shoot 43 free throws? Jesus Christ, dude, that's insane. I mean, that speaks to the levels of how bad the Wizards are. They are atrocious right now. Was Trae Young even playing in the game?
Who?
Trae Young?
No, I'm not. Well, I mean, I'm not sure. I don't really pay much attention to the NBA, but
If we're being honest, who cares? You still lost by like 30 points and allowed 83 points.
yeah, have some shame.
I just think it's funny, all those TikToks all the TikToks or Instagram reels where like the kids are like they'll be shooting the shot and be like Bam Adebayo. Like no one is going to say that.
Hell no.
No.
I hate Bam. Bam Adebayo is my new least favorite player in baseball.
I was just shocked.
Basketball.
But we're gonna go over to the true star of the NBA, Jason Tatum, returning from his Achilles injury after 298 days. Burke, let me hear your opinion on it.
I loved watching it the other night. I'm not mad that he sat out last night.
For being honest, I don't think we truly had a good chance of beating the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, they kept it close, though.
Yeah, I think if we had everyone playing, we would have won, but who knows. But I do think that it's good to have him back now, so the chemistry builds up, and he's not like, oh, I'm joining the team now in playoffs when it truly, really, really matters.
Mm-hmm.
But sorry.
Sorry, Coach Report family.
good,
I'm
you're
a
good.
little sleepy.
DQ hitting you hard.
Yeah. And the lip dub. Shout out to the worst lip dub of all time.
Dude, you got
Huh?
nothing. You're good.
Yeah, but no, I'm happy to have Tatum back. I'm happy that he's healthy enough to come back and chose to come back, and hope for the rest, hope his health stays good for the rest of his life.
What's his name? Jukovic, the big guy we got?
Vucevic,
Out.
he's out for a month.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sucks, but key player Luka Garza has been stepping up this season.
Yeah, I thought that he had been good before they even traded for him, which made it kind of confusing. But
I remember from his Iowa days, I thought he was going to be like.
oh yeah, me too.
I remember
I thought he was going to be like the first pick.
I thought he was going to be like this great guy who's going to be like the next Joel Embiid, but then I remember he kind of just like sat on the bench. So I was honestly happy we signed him.
Yeah, me too.
Because when he was in Iowa, he was a dog.
I remember he had bushy eyebrows. That's what I remember.
Anthony Davis Jr.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. Not a unibrow. But.
Well, yeah, but the eyebrows. But yeah, I mean, he's a dog. I mean, it's sad we lost Minute, but like if we're being honest, he didn't really have a roster spot on our
He
team.
was good for like the first 3 games.
Yeah, he had a Abram Toro run type.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Type of run.
Shout out Abraham Toro. I was watching you the other night.
Nice home run you had.
Yeah, I miss you. You brought me joy when the times were tough and dark.
Yes, but
Abraham, you powered through and made my life amazing.
Key speeds. All right, so right now the MVP race just keeps getting closer and closer. I'm gonna keep asking everybody this, no matter if it's every week on the podcast. Who do you have winning the MVP right now after this?
Give me JB every single time. I'm biased. I don't care what he did for the Celtics this year. Can't go unnoticed.
For me, it's gotta be either JB or Cunningham. I feel like Cade Cunningham. When he wasn't playing against the Nets, the Pistons lost. He is the identity of the Pistons.
Yep.
He came back. He dropped, I think it was 40 or 44 points. That's insane. I mean, yes, it's the Nets, but when you weren't playing, your team lost by a lot of points. So I think if we're talking about most valuable to a team, I think it's Cade, then JB, just for this year. But
Fair.
I think the true race is between those two. But just because Jokic and Shea are just like, they're always going to be in the race, which is kind of stupid. I think the race does need to be changed up a little bit, but I think that's for a later podcast.
Yeah.
But do you want to talk about anything else? It can be any sport.
Shout out to Johan Oviedo's pitching today.
Yes.
I'm really excited. Well, it's on the rate. It's not televised, but I'm happy to.
It's not.
No, I'm excited to see what he does. He's impressed me all spring, or his past 2 starts.
Yeah, he had a rough
he's
start,
healthy.
but he got better from there, which was nice.
Oh, he's actually sick. Did you see that?
I did see that, which
Yeah, but he
honestly
sent
does
home.
make sense because he's been performing very well recently. So,
Mm-hmm. If they really unlocked his true potential, then I'm psyched to see that.
although I won't lie, I feel like I know they gotta start getting back into the groove of things, but I feel like Garrett Crochet has been very slow to start off spring. So hasn't Sonny Gray. Ranger Suarez is I feel like he obviously 2 to 3 runs a game is pretty good for a pitcher, but I feel like he's allowing a little bit more than that. But what do you think on that?
Sorry. I don't know. Like, it's tough because I know what you're saying, but it's like week 3 of spring training, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't overreact too hard.
All right, and then one is opening day in March or April.
March 28th.
Should we, as Clutch Report, go as a big group?
Well, it's in Cincinnati.
Shit, one's like the home game, I should say.
I think like April 6th.
All right, we'll be there April 6th then, huh?
Yeah.
Should we try to go?
Lucky.
I bet.
I think we'd have to get dismissed from school.
Fuck it, we'll get dismissed from school.
All right, yeah. We'll
Jotlin will dismiss us for
we'll do a vlog there.
us. Day in the life of Clutch Report at a Red Sox game.
Like, throw a fucking strike.
All right, your favorite part of the podcast. We got the shout-outs.
Go.
Hold on, I'll put the mic down. All right, you're good. You can do shout-out.
Give a shout out to Cam, my good friend, always sat next to me in history. Yeah. One more. I'm gonna give a shout out to Milford Baseball. I'm officially announcing my retirement.
Clap up.
I'm officially hanging up the cleats. I want to thank you guys for a good 10 years of my life. I'll never forget it and all the lessons that I learned. I want to give a thanks to Barney for making baseball fun,
Shout out Barney.
and Coach Lynch.
Barney, we miss you.
Yep. That's all that I have to say. Thank you, guys. No offense to you, Dion, Greg, any of those guys, Mr. Reed.
Gregory.
Mr. Reed, I'm sorry that I couldn't make it, but hope you guys don't hate me anymore. Or at all.
All right. I'm going to give a shout out to Logan, who is currently in the other room sitting on my couch watching TikTok currently. Would that be a crazy thing to say out loud?
No.
He probably is. But shout out to Logan, who's currently in the other room. And then shout out to all of you guys for continuously liking, following all of our videos. We love and appreciate you guys very so much.
We appreciate you guys a lot.
We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.